Hello, today I wanted to talk about 3 ways we can, let's say, interact with other people in our families and in relationships. One way that is not good at all is enmeshment, and this means the boundaries are not clear. I do not know where you begin, where I start, where you end. If you feel sad, I will feel sad too. If you are, angry, I will feel awful, not good inside, and angry maybe too, with the same person that you are angry with, and you will know everything about me and I will know everything about you, and that's enmeshment. This is enmeshment. This is a term that was, let's say, coined by Salvador Minuchin. He's an Argentinian psychiatrist, and he coined this term because he developed structural family therapy, and he studied families and how they behaved and relationships within families, and he used this term to explain when people are fused with each other, okay? And this is very common in narcissistically abusive relationships, where you see abuse happens because of this enmeshment. Usually narcissistic mothers are very enmeshed with their children. They don't allow boundaries. Having said that, this doesn't mean that if you have been in a family where you were enmeshed with your other family members, this doesn't mean that they have to be necessarily narcissistic or psychopaths or nothing like that, but it means that there's a problem. That's not good. That's not functional. That's not healthy. So what I'm trying to do here with these videos is trying to help you see that you can change that, okay? And if you have lived through this, recognize the signs. This is very codependent behavior, very much so. And if you feel like I said, if somebody comes from work, one of your family members, and they say, I feel awful and sad because this happened, and you start to feel sad, and then you don't separate from their feelings, that's one example. Other examples is the family knows everything about you. Family knows everything about everybody else, and that is a problem. So enmeshment means being so glued together that there are no boundaries and limits between one person and the next, and I depend on the other person. And for example, for decision making, I will need to contact you and ask you, what do you think, what should I do, or for other things like life matters, I will need you, okay? So that's enmeshment. What happens a lot as well is when you feel as if you have to rescue people, you are the rescuer, and you feel as if you need to help people all the time and rescue them from their feelings, or you feel as if you will need to be rescued by somebody else. That's enmeshment too, and that's not good for you. The ideal thing is the last thing that I'm going to mention, okay? So here we see in enmeshment, we see the problem is you have too much empathy, you don't have any boundaries. So not having boundaries and having so much empathy that is destructive to you. When we talk about the empaths and mature empaths, which by that we mean people, in psychology, we mean that people that are empathic, that are helpers, that want to help others, but they don't lose themselves while doing so, okay? This is so important because you need to be okay to help others, the typical wear the mask first and then help others, the oxygen mask, on airplane, so that you can help others. This is what we need to do, to achieve, to strive to achieve, okay? So enmeshment, not good. When you feel as if you lose yourself with others and you need to consult with people all the time to make the smallest decisions, and this can happen, in some families more than others, and especially Latin families maybe, that this happens a lot, Latin American families, and so it's good to know this and to not do this. This is not good. This is codependency, okay? I need you to be okay in order for me to be okay. Unless you feel good, I won't be feeling good. And it's understandable, because if you love somebody, you want that person to be okay. But We want something different, more egalitarian, you know, like you feel okay and you know this is me and you are you. Remember Fritz Perls, this is me and you are you, I am I, you are you. Fritz Perls was very wise when he said that he talked about not betraying yourself. You betray yourself when, in an attempt to please somebody else, you give yourself so much, you know, you do some things that you don't want to do. You do things that are way over your capabilities as a human, you know. You have your life to live, your things to do, your ideas, your goals, your life, okay? Go back to you. And in narcissistically abusive relationships, we see a lot of this, where narcissistic people take advantage of this. So this is one vulnerability that would be good for you to not do anymore. So, and ways to not do it is, or practice, you know, to start distancing yourself from these types of behaviors would be writing 5-minute journals at night or every morning, for example, or going back to doing things that you enjoy, hobbies, things that you like, sports, whatever you enjoy, going back to that, because it's all about going back to you, you know. And also boundaries, which is going to be my next video. I'm going to start a series that's going to be about healing mainly, and give you tips and things that you can do, practical things to do in order to feel better, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing next. So we'll start today with enmeshment. You need to know this concept, okay? So enmeshment, being like this, okay, that's not good. The other way you can be in a relationship is you people, narcissists, are like this, detached. Which doesn't mean if somebody is detached, it means it's narcissistic. No, necessarily, but there's something there, okay? So, because, hear me out. So, detachment is when you have a lot of boundaries, huge amounts of boundaries, and low empathy, no empathy. And so what happens here is you have a person that is detached from you in a relationship, and you feel alone and there's nobody there, you know? Sounds familiar? Yeah, so that's detachment. And so it's all about me, and what I need, and me, and that's it. And it's a trauma response, I get it, but it's very harmful and damaging to the other person, because you are thinking always about yourself and what you need, and no empathy for the other person. Oh, you're sad, I'm sorry, but I still need to get out and have fun, you know? Something like that. Oh, you're tired, I'm sorry, but we have to go anyways because that's what I like to do, you know? Or you don't want to go out, for example, for a walk. Oh, I'm so sorry, but that's what we agreed, and that's what we're doing. I don't care how you feel, as long as we do whatever I want to do. High boundaries and low empathy. That's a bad combination. So, and especially codependents tend to end up with people like this, detached people. And then the third way, which is the healthiest way to be, and the one I would like for you to strive to get there, is interdependence. So when you are interdependent, you have empathy, and boundaries are parallel, you know, they are leveled, so at the same level. And so that's healthy, you know. We all strive for balance. That's good. And so balance in this way, with boundaries and with empathy, because you have this way of being with others where you need people because you're human and we live in communities and we need each other, but you don't lose yourself. So if you love somebody, for example, let's say your partner, and something bad happens to your partner, and then you will feel bad because you have empathy, of course, you're human and you feel bad and you want to help that person because you will be the one that the person will need at that point in time. But you won't lose yourself, okay? You won't be sad like the other person, because you are a separate human being, okay? You can help. That's the good part. You can still remain being you and feeling, you know, composed and okay, because that didn't happen to you, and you feel sad because you love that person and would like that person to be happy, but you still have you and you're okay because didn't happen to you, and you can help the person. That's the beauty of health. Of being in a healthy relationship, where you have this advantages. You can lean on each other whenever the other one needs you, but you still remain being you. So exercises for you to do if you want to strive and aim at going to have behaviors that are more interdependent with your family, with everybody else. I would say, start the journal, write about it, what you feel every day. How are you feeling? What are your needs? What do you want that day? Let's say, state 5 goals for the day. Say, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And this could be small little things. This doesn't have to be like, start a business. This has a million other subtasks before that. So let's say, go for a walk, 5-minute walk. That's a great one. That's the most satisfying part. I don't know, write about my feelings. That's another one. Things like that. And then when you start feeling better, you can start setting goals that are bigger or not, or if you enjoy just doing that, that's good, but the idea is for you to go back to you and see how you feel, okay? And also go back to doing things that you enjoy, like I said, hobbies and things, sports, whatever, and practice your boundaries. And for that, I'm going to give you a little help, because I'm going to talk about this on my next video, and I want you to be there. So subscribe, please, and like the video so that you can help me reach more people with this. I think this is psychoeducation, and it's necessary that everybody knows about this, because when you know about this, you stop doing certain behaviors. You say, okay, this is why I was so vulnerable to narcissists, for example, because I was so enmeshed with my family, for example, or this is why this person was so detached from me. That's the way these people behave, or so this is what I need to do. I need to be more interdependent with my next partner, or with my actual now partner, or with my family, more interdependent, being more leveled, like 2 people, different people together. So yeah, the idea is for you to go back to you, self-care. That's another, I'm going to address all these things that I keep advising, and I want you to know in detail what you will need. Thank you so much for being here, for listening to me, and I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye. Take care.